Hi, Dr. Alexander Verbeek. He's director of the Institute of Planetary Security, and Bright Hong Kong, represented here by our dear friend Calvin Ferrier.
Yeah.
So I will start. It's a conversation that we have many points that we would like to ask. The first one is what involves planetary security concept, Dr. Verbeek?
Planetary security is about the impact of climate change and environmental degradation and the scarcity of resources on security in the world. So our planet is rapidly changing, and that has impact on human security as well as interstate security. And that's the concept of planetary security, that we're going to work on those problems.
If we think in planetary security in the world, in the state of the world, what you can say about the urgency to extend this, the knowledge about this idea?
Well, the knowledge is growing and growing. It was first debated in the UN Security Council already in 2007. So in the past 8 years, quite a few meetings have taken place by NATO and the OSCE and the EU and the UN on this issue. And there are some good think tanks that do a lot of good work. The challenge is to transform the knowledge that is now in the heads and minds of the scientists to translate that into policy. So we need to get the scientists and the policymakers together and to work on solutions.
What I see as something very interesting, Alexander Verbeek, is that in this urgent situation, like you're describing now, we see that as humans we are in this together. And it is something new for our planet also to see that as human beings we are interdependent completely from one another. You know, you cannot say I'm from the richer part, I help you solving your problem of poverty. We are just as vulnerable, whether you're rich or poor.
Yeah.
So what does this mean specifically for the relation between Europe and China? What we are here for together. Could you say something about that?
I think, yeah, we're all on this one planet. There's only one planet.
Yeah.
The next one is too far away and we don't want to live there. So in this globalized economy, you see that, as you just said, the impact, for instance, the flooding in Bangkok led to the destruction of chip factories. Worldwide, the prices of hard disks went up like 10%. There was a factory in London or in the UK that had to close for like a full month. It was a car factory. The rest of the car worked. There were no chips. So we have these kind of connections. And if the sea level rises, it rises everywhere, all over the world. About the impact, vulnerable countries, let's say Sahel countries, they're already poor and they will feel more impact than we will. But we're all in it together. So China and the EU have, we share the threats, we share the impact, but we can also share the knowledge to work on it. On the adaptation, let's say on water issues, for instance. A country like the Netherlands has so much knowledge on water. China has huge water problems. They need water to get the energy out of the ground. Dikes need to be built. A country like a city like Shanghai will lose 1/3 of its surface when the sea level rises only 1 meter. It will probably rise more.
What was the main outcome from the last conference, the first conference about planetary security, Dr. Verbeek?
The main outcome is that we have seen that if you put scientists together with policymakers, that we can actually discuss solutions, we can set an agenda for action. We had 12 different working groups, and each working group was tasked to come up with solutions for that specific subject that they were discussing. They were discussing food and water or specific regions. And our minister has now decided it will be an annual event. So instead of just a one-off conference, as we have seen before, we can now actually build upon the results of the previous year.
And what is the kind of leadership that you are expecting to create a real movement? I mean, it's a kind of political leadership, or it's something that we need to, let's see, rise or create awareness into the worldwide population?
We need all of the above, actually. We need, we first of all need visionary leaders that actually see the risk and that see that if we work together and we come with new approaches on reducing emissions, but also on the adaptation side. Planetary security is very much about how to adapt to this new world that we're going to get. Whether or not we will succeed in Paris in reducing emissions, we are going to get more climate change impacts than we already have. So we need leadership, and we need knowledge, and we need cooperation. And both in China as in the EU, there's so much knowledge that we can share, and we have the same challenges, and we have to look for the same solutions. And it's cheaper, and it's faster, and it's more efficient if we manage to work together.
Don, Dr. Verbeek, final thoughts? Final message?
Final message, let's continue working like this and getting groups like this together to find solutions where EU and China can work together on the present day challenges that we face.
Thank you very much.